Yes.
Why stay earthbound?
Ooh, they must have been feeding you Spacer's Choice rations. An eye for detail. I bet you wrote some thorough reports. Oh, your test scores were better than mine. Almost. We'll put those marksmanship scores to good use. Chairman material. Or at least Captain. Oh, the damage to your soul may be irreparable.
Yeah.
Looks to be your lucky day, my friend.
Yeah, private what fucking cunt? Scumbag. Combat.
Can you hear me? Is this thing working? Ah, there you are. Now, where were we? Oh, yes. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry. I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger. One of a... I've also out...
Crashing down.
Ah, you've landed. Good. Hawthorne should be close by. What in law's name? Is that him? Oh, that idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well, no sense in letting his ship go to waste. Hawthorne won't mind you taking his ship. Better you than the board, huh? Not sure I trusted the fellow. Might have gone after the bounty on my head. Shame about the whole squashing thing. Nasty way to go. Now, you've been frozen for a while. There's bound to be unforeseen side effects.
Hey, you, come here. You've tried the best now. Now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Looks like the bleeding's... Hope you don't mind me omitting this little... We were out on patrol. I saw a marauder camp up in the hills.
Yeah.
Then, just... some hullhead grounded their spacecraft. See those Yeah, okay. Here, all space... Yes!
Damn it, my ears!
Ah!
Oh, what just happened? Can you hear me? What in the... This...
That's a nice shade. Yeah. That's the way to go, man.
Hey! Get over here before you get yourself killed! Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head cool on that. I'd slap him with a Really? Shouldn't have done that. Spacer's Choice family ain't authorized to receive medical aid from off... We'll see him back to Edgewater. Just as soon... I just, you know, need a couple of winks to catch my breath. Well, sometimes. Management's real good at cost-benefit analysis. But, seeing as I'm the acting manager in this situation, you know what?
You know what?
Here we go.
Undefined bonus?
Waste of company ammo.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder. Hello, Marauder.
Hello.
I am Ada, the autonomous digital astrogator. Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution. Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel. Jettison procedures initiated. Disengage in airlocks. Preparing to reject all boarded parties in 5, 4. You are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other. I deduce from the tone of your voice that Captain Hawthorne failed to meet. I understand. I will require some. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from. Well done, Captain Hawthorne. I see your powers of. Unfortunately, the main drive's power regulator has been. The settlement of Edgewater is located near. I have taken the liberty of. This cartridge. Best of luck in your search.
Jesus!
Due to catastrophic power failure, all doors will remain on security lockdown. These are the crew's quarters. Alex preferred to travel alone, but he always had me. I suppose everything on the Unreliable belongs to you now, Captain. Help yourself. No, really. These surveillance devices allow me to monitor you constantly. Please ignore them. The ship's engines cannot be powered until a replacement regulator has been properly installed. If your equipment is in need of repair or modification, the Crux 2000 workbench is at your disposal, Captain.
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? And if this ship is yours... Yeah, fair point. I'll let it go this time. Edgewater's not too far. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from? Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's marauder territory. Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls. And low... Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand. Name's Silas. Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you... Look, you obviously ain't a... Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes... Renting means... 4 workers still haven't paid. He just is. Look, I don't...
Steal. Shinron store.
It's not the best. Music to my...
Got my ear.
You think corporate's ever gonna visit?
Sorry, I'll just be a...
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Dobson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The
Seems we've got a guest.
Yeah.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator.
Oh,
I cannot help but notice you are not... Seems I allowed my excitement.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to...
I beg your pardon. I can't let you have a... There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly a... Go down... I was... Speak to their...
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all...
I had... You...
Great!
Well...
Yeah.
Hey, ma'am. Can we... Sorry.
Well, come out of the...
You got a minute? Sorry. It's just... Mr. Thompson has his own view. To Mr. Thompson, a person... Life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit. Mr. Thompson, I think you should talk to the town... Thanks, ma'am. That's what my dad used...
I got my ear. Haha.
You trying to get us all... What do you think you're doing? Just keep your fingers to your own...
Dictator speech.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it... Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy? If you're not familiar with board law, you ought to be. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker. Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable. Not half as awful as the bill Eugene left us with. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism. First of all, that's a horrible thing to say. Secondly, yes, we did. When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
No, I want.
Yes, Mr. Townsend. What do you think you're doing?
Just keep your fingers...
Whoa, well, you... And what? Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. I'm dying. I'm not long for this world.
Don't say that, Mr. Abernathy.
I'd steer It's I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble. There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. I need you to break in. You oblige me with... Just keep your head down when you're in there. Marauders have taken over.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy.
Conrad's still a good disinfectant.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are physical So, I'm calm. You will also report to me in the event of your... gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear. As broke as pie crust, friend. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the Thank you, no. I despise the cereals. Tell Silas I can't... Some time ago, frankly, not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have any... What do you think you're doing? Carry on. What can I do for you? You know about Eugene? How? Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. I didn't approve of the idea then, and I don't approve of it now. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave. That's unthinkable. Eugene's body and all rare earth minerals contained therein are solely the property of Spacer's choice. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
Are you asking rhetorically? Because if you're being serious... Ugh, gross.
Desperate measures, Miss Holcomb. Desperate measures. I'm going to have to ask Silas to dig up those teeth. It's the only way I'm paying my gravesite fees. I'm sure that I have no other choice. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU. Eugene was not a suicide. He put a bullet in his brain, yes, but that's largely a technicality. I was the one who prepared Eugene's body for interment. I discovered symptoms of the plague on his corpse, and I discovered medicine in his pocket. Lots of medicine. Eugene overdosed on adrenatime, which is known to cause psychosis and paranoia as possible side effects. The paranoia drove him to take his own life. It's a miracle of bureaucracy. If Eugene's death were filed as a suicide, we'd all pay the price for his crime. We can all thank our lucky stars that young Eugene was hopped up on medication and suffered its predictable side effect. I included it all in my official report. I'd like to think I saved Edgewater a great deal of money. We never could have paid the fines associated with a suicide.
Thank you, guys. Up. Press some key.
When I was little...
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the... You ever... I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the war. I'm talking... When the I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Saw tuna cans, mostly. Some Spacer's chaw. Few bit cards. Enlistment fees. Yeah. They have sent a scout prowling around the junk. The scout must not be permitted. Mechanical's got a weak.
Steal, steal, steal.
Hey, Miss Purple. Lovely to see you.
Things going all right, Silas?
Been keeping him. Best to ask her yourself.
My dad's buried here. Silas watches over him when I can't. Oh. Well, thanks.
Something I can do for you? You run into any trouble? Reliable work from a freelancer. That's good. And I'll buy you a drink. Oh, suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another. Abernathy was sick? With the plague? What? No. But I need it. Yeah? You could look at it that way, I suppose. But you'd be wrong. We're survivors. Every now and again, a virulent plague sweeps through our town. That's life on...
Bet I could fix him up smart.
Searching for...
I could probably fix that. Yep, I see the problem. His nav mod got dislodged. Must have taken a tumble. Just gotta give it a good push and wait for the click. There we go. Jeremy's good as new. Well, new by Spacer's Choice standards, anyhow. His
navigation system.
I don't reckon Jeremy understands the
Spacer's Choice reminds.
Be more careful.
Jeremy! Talk like you.
Where are we headed? That's on account of how I never met her. I don't rightly know. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the camp. Her contract said... Could be. Reckon I'll never know.
Who would believe a talk like you?
Bring us honor, soldier. You beat that scout to scrap. You're a passing fair soldier. Can... On the...
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Hey there, Mary. Don't see you round here too often.
Oh, I just came to talk to the vicar is all.
Yes, what is it? And Ms. Holcomb is...
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people...
What? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do? Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk. Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume. The marauders I met when I ventured outside the walls might agree with you. Bastards snuck up on me while I was dutifully hunting for a banned book in a collector's library. Barely escaped with my life. But you see, one of the reasons I transferred here was to get my hands on that heretical text. If you managed to acquire it for me, I'd pay quite a handsome sum for the book. It's a handwritten journal. A faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious? Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
More work!
Use those extra hands.
Nothing we can do about that.
Another day at the cannery.
I'm not allowed in here.
Miss Holcomb, see that you do.
I won't.
You won't touch
Music to my ears.
Sorry that I had to hide your beautiful face.
Bring us honor, soldier. Feast your eyes, soldier. You ever want to see him? Fun. Fun. I've been after. I need. If you die horribly, I will pour out a can of 0G to your